It cannot be right to manufacture billions of objects that are used for a matter of minutes and then are with us for centuries. Ross Savage. Today I'm speaking to someone who is promoting reusable, eco-friendly and green products, the founder of Greenfields, Priya Jain. She runs a business on e-commerce platform called Greenfields, where they curate eco-friendly products and sustainable brands in India to help people find everyday sustainable alternatives. Their aim to reduce everyday trash that people produce by giving them better reusable product choices instead of single-use plastics. Priya studied marketing and worked for a couple of years with advertising firm before she began her own venture in early 2020s to work towards the sustainable environment space. Hi Priya, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to Pull It Pod. It's our pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Priya, at the onset, please walk us through green fields.
Greenfields is an e-commerce platform. I started this in 2020 in February. Uh, it's what we do basically is that we curate sustainable and eco-friendly brands that are present in India. There are so many small scale and mid-scale brands that make sustainable products, and the whole agenda behind Greenfields is, I'm sorry, to kind of curate them and bring them on one platform so that as anyone who comes on greenfields they can easily find sustainable products and on just one place, like it can be a one stop solution. And our mission behind it is to help people reduce their own waste. Because the thing is, I think we all don't realize that on everyday basis we create so much of unnecessary waste in our lives, and it could be all sorts of waste. It could be food waste or plastic waste, and there's so much at the end that imagine if we actually multiply the number of every human, it's a lot, right? So at the end, I think our aim should be to reduce our own waste. So, which is why the products that you'll find on Greenfields are either products that can be easily biodegradable, that they go back into the soil, or they're reusable. So, you actually, when you buy the product, you can reuse it for a long time. So, it just doesn't end up in a landfill, or, at the end, it can be recyclable. So, these are the kind of products that you can find. And once you buy products from our website, you will at the end, when you start analyzing your own waste, you'll see a great amount of reduction in the waste that you've produced.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what Greenfields is.
Yeah, excellent. And I believe what you have said is absolutely correct. Day-to-day activities have become unconsciously so non-eco-friendly that whatever act we do, there is paper, plastic, or some kind of non-eco-friendly products are involved. And I believe if
Yeah.
yeah, the product which you, the service which you are providing, it's very important, especially when you are trying to do something towards sustainable living.
Yeah.
That takes me to my next question. What made you start the e-commerce business and why only sustainable products?
So I started it as an e-commerce platform because it was purely for like my own selfish reasons when I started it, because I was trying to get into sustainability and I was trying to research on how should I find out these products that are sustainable. And in India, I think at that point there were no, like, a single platform or a single website where I could just go and find these products. So it took me a lot of research. So, which is why I thought, if I can, through my research, get these brands on one platform, it'll be such a good thing for anyone else who's trying to get into sustainability. So that is why I think it started automatically became like an e-commerce platform.
All right.
So yeah.
And how do you curate the products that you are coming across that you want to put on your platform?
So again, it's through a lot of research, or if I attend any sort of workshop or I go to events that are purely based on environment issues. I think I find a lot of brands that are sustainable and are coming up with so many new products. Like there's so much innovation happening in sustainability. So there are small, very small little brands in India all over, that we don't know about. So it's all through a lot of research and just like going through like different websites on Google. And yeah, so I mean, I think at the end, that's how we curate them on one single platform.
And I think your platform is in need of an hour, because in our research also we come across so many people, common man, who are doing their work towards sustainable environment in their own innovative ways, and looking for the platforms like yours to promote their products and services.
Yeah, I think it makes it very easy to, like if you, for example, want to get into sustainability, it can be very easy for you to just go to one platform and, find everyday products.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's basically the aim of Greenfield as well.
completely agree. And how do you attract new customers?
So, of course, it's a challenge because right now, even though sustainability is being talked about, it's a very small aspect of everyone's life. Like people are still getting aware about it, and especially people who are not passionate about it, it gets a bit difficult to tell them that why should you opt for sustainable products? Why should you even go through all these changes? But I think slowly, when I personally go talk to people, or through a lot of different activities that we do, a lot of social media activities, there's a lot of marketing stuff that we do. We try to activate as many people as possible, bring them together to make them understand that this is the purpose of why we exist, this is what we're trying to achieve. And we try to tell them that if you don't start now, if you don't incorporate sustainability, it will not just be a problem for you but also for your future generation. So this is something that we try to explain it to them. So I think at the end, it's more about awareness. The more people get aware about it, the more we can get them to understand the problem. That way I think we then eventually attract them to invest in our products. So that's the basic of what we do right now.
Yeah, talking about challenges, uh, Priya, what kind of challenges you face to promote sustainable product? As you rightly said that it's very difficult to make people understand about the
Hmm.
importance of sustainable living. So, what are the challenges or limitation you come across to promote your products which are on your platform?
So yeah, as I explained, like it is challenging because maybe like my generation kind of still understands it, but to tell them, let's say for example, if there's a young girl who wants to buy a dress from a fast fashion brand, and if I actually tell them that you should not buy this because it's something which was made out of plastic, and it's a clothing item that will just end up in a landfill or an ocean, and you should rather opt for an organic material. It gets very difficult to tell her this, that why should you opt for an organic material, because very rightly it is going to be a bit expensive, because when you buy something which is completely made of organic stuff and natural materials, you make sure that you pay your labor very well. You make sure the whole supply chain gets paid, right? And when it comes to like fast fashion products, you ignore that completely. Like you don't pay your labor, you can literally then buy a t-shirt for 300 rupees. So that's how these fast fashion brands bring their cost to such less amount. And just like explaining this to somebody who wants to buy their dress, it gets very difficult. So that's a major challenge. Like we, even the products that we have on our platform, we try that not just in terms of environmental value, they should also be good in design, they should also be good in aesthetics, like how do they look. Because any young girl or a guy, if you just give them a product and tell them, okay, you should buy it because it's eco-friendly, it's something they're not going to understand. But it should be both. It should also look good, it should also be something of utility. So these are the challenges that we face. Like we try to find products that are not just, probably giving you something that's eco-friendly, but they look so good that as a consumer you would want to buy it. So that's a challenge again, because I would say we're still trying to get into sustainability. A lot of brands are coming up with so many new things, but it's going to take a little time, I think.
Definitely, it will. And I have seen products on your website. I think you are taking actual care of the layout of the product as well as the economical part, because the products which I have seen on your site are fancy and at the same time economical, and looks like that it's worth buying. It's a reasonable product. So yes,
Yeah, because when I curate it, I try to I try to look at it in a way that will I buy it? Not just because I'm passionate about sustainability, but will I buy it if I'm, a regular consumer? So
Mhm.
that's how we look at products when we curate them.
Mhm, mhm. Priya, we have spoke about your business, how you started, all the serious aspect of sustainable environment, and how we can inculcate eco-friendly products in our day-to-day life. But now let's move on to a little lighter section of the questionnaires, rapid fire round. So are you ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
What is your favorite product? Could be from your website.
So for me, I think my favorite product is we have this foldable, reusable bag. So basically, reusable bag is something we all should use to avoid plastic polythenes. But the good thing about it is that it's foldable, so you can just keep it in any purse, any bag that you have, and anytime you want it, you can use it. So that's, I think, my favorite product. I literally use it every day.
Okay. What's your favorite website?
I think for now I would just say it's my own website because I'm building it. So it's greenfields.in.
Okay. And favorite book?
So I'm actually currently reading How to Live a Zero Waste Life. It's from Bare Necessities. It's a great book for anyone who's a beginner who's starting out sustainability. So I think everyone should read that.
And the last question, who is your favorite environmentalist?
I actually have a lot because from the journey, like the time I started this, getting into sustainability, I have come across so many people. But there's one in particular, her name is Lauren Singer. She is, I think, from New York, but she is the one who brings in, business and sustainability together, which is what I am trying to do. So I kind of resonate a lot with her.
Uh-huh. All right, then, Priya, we are almost towards the end of our this session. But before you leave, one sustainability tip that you would like to share with our viewers.
So I think I always say to everyone that don't take sustainability so lightly that you don't do anything about it. Like whoever you are, whatever you do, just make sure that you incorporate sustainability in any little small way that you can. Because uh, to be very honest, it's not something to be ignored. It's not something that anyone else is going to take care of. You have to do your bit. And right now we are at a stage where if we don't do it in the next 10 years, I don't know how we're going to go further. So just right now is not the time to ignore it and just be like someone will fix it for me. Just take it a bit more seriously and try to be as sustainable as you can. So I think that's my only tip.
Be mindful about your usage, about your activity, whether you are using eco-friendly products or not. That's a great advice. Thank you so much, Priya, for spending some time for Pull It Forward.
Thank you.